Crosby on now to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at their own 24. A play fake to Gurley. Now gone. That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett. And he's brought down after a good gain. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a game in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that opens things up for you on the outside as well.
But that's where their big tight end, is so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the in routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it.
Here's Goff now on 2nd down. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Here's Goff. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down. How about this for an opening drive decision? You got 4th and short, just outside of field goal range in all likelihood. What do you do?
I'm going for it. I've got to go get it right now. I want to establish a tone. It's early in the game. I want to let my offense know that I believe in them. And you know something else? I let my defense know I believe in them also by taking that gamble. If we don't get it, it's okay. You guys will cover for me.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. They go ahead and snap it. Gone. That is caught. It's Perriman. Oh, and now he bowls him over. Touchdown, LA! Brashad Perriman, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Rams are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Now Greg Zuerlein on for the extra point. Zuerlein connects on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one, as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Packers offense now heading back out onto the field. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, we'll see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
The first carry here for Ty Montgomery. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
On 2nd down, here's Rodgers. And left side here, it's Graham. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. It'll be a 47-yard punt with a net of 40 following a 7-yard return. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. The Rams offense now making their way out to take over. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
They'll try and start the drive with Gurley. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
To throw on second down is gone. And he'll be out of bounds up past the 45. First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a 1st down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
On 1st and 10, Goff. Right side complete. That's Woods. Past the 20. Touchdown, LA. Robert Woods, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Rams are in for 6. Great corner route there. Not only able to catch it, turn it upfield, and get into the end zone.
It usually involves a little bit of an extra move, doesn't it? You've got to get them thinking that you're moving to the middle of the field and you're breaking away to that corner. Boy, that was well executed.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense now ready to get back onto the field and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment. But here, he's one that has to absorb the contact. And as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw again. Rodgers. Going up top. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
The first time I saw Marcus Peters was in a practice session when he's at the University of Washington. I literally was watching someone else, and my eyes kept going to him. I thought he played the corner position with extreme intelligence, even as an undergrad there.
What year was that?
It would have been his sophomore year at Washington, and he's carried over those same playmaking skills to the NFL, and we just saw him knock one away.
He'll leave it for Montgomery complete. Call it a pickup of 7, and that'll bring up 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. Do you like the call?
I do. I think it's a high-percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the 1st down. In this case, it didn't happen.
An 8-yard return there after a punt of 47. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Goff now to throw. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
Here we go, Carl. Here we go.
On the draw, Goff gives to Gurley. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. Mike Daniels makes the tackle.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
He's letting it fly for Cooks. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up third.
The way he's been slinging in the first half, you expect everything he throws to go for a touchdown, but I guess he's going to have to wait to try and pick up that third, isn't he?
Yeah, I thought he had him for a second, but you're right, not to be. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Now Goff. Dancing to his left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. And now following that sack, looks like we've got an injured man down there on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hekker to punt it away. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. The crowd maybe losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
All right, let's go, come on.
On 2nd down, Montgomery. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. To throw is Rodgers. It's caught outright by Graham. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for Green Bay. .47 yards on the punt that time, just 1 yard on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and give these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now a handoff for Gurley. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
When you think of Mike Daniels, you think of strength. Hard to knock off the football, but surprising quickness and ability to move and evade people. How about that play there?
Well, he can squat 600 pounds, so that's how he caught people's attention coming into the league, and he caught our attention right there. Throwing is Mannion. We got a man over the middle. It's Woods. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. Here's Johnny Hekker now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. This is taken at the 23. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. It's a 45-yard punt, but a decent return there of 9 yards. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
On the ground, it's Montgomery. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. From the gun on 3rd down, Rodgers looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Graham. And he's got the 1st down as he's up to the 45-yard line. 2 former All-Pros connecting. Rodgers fighting his tight end, Graham. Packer 1st down. Rodgers now 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Rodgers. And he'll be wrapped up around the waist and pushed down. Mark Barron in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Throw left side complete. That's Adams. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a 1st down. So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 43. To throw, it's Rodgers. And that's going to be incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Rodgers again here on 2nd and 10. Caught left side by Cobb. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. The Packers on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 8.
319.
And again, it's Rodgers. He's going to dump that off to his running back, Montgomery. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. It goes for a gain of 10, and it's a 1st down.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the 1st down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
And they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. The left side throw complete to Adams. And they do stop him, but he takes it all the way to the 2. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Show, hey, let's go, come on. Right. 158, 26, 8, flex. Right.
Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. And he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line.
Well, if you're going to throw the ball on 1st and goal from the 2, the worst thing that should result is an incompletion for you offensively. But Brandon, this is a different type of football. Back in my day, 1st and goal from the 2, a lot of big people with big neck rolls, they were on the field trying to ram it into the end zone.
They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
Partner, you mind if I take off this headset and put on a coaching headset?
You want to get this running game going?
I want to get this running game going. I'm going down there and saying, gentlemen, we have got to run the football. We've got to get it going right now.
Yeah. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. And he is going to be stopped on the return at his own 3-yard line.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
Wide open receiver complete. And he's taken down, but able to get this up to the 20-yard line.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Now a play fake here on first down. Out left, he's got it to Everett. And he's brought down after a good gain. A good pickup there at 22.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? On first down, it's Gurley. Todd Gurley, wave goodbye. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Todd Gurley with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Rams add on to their lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Trevor Davis now to return. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. 1:59 to go in the first half. We're back to the City of Angels after this timeout. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. His throw incomplete. Randall Cobb, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front.
And down he goes on the pressure from the Rams defense. Ndamukong Suh in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. Now Rodgers. He's going to let this one go deep. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Aqib Talib. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they're throwing an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
They'll start out on the ground with Gurley. And they get him down right near the midfield stripe. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Green 39! Green 39!
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down. Jake Ryan. In from his linebacker's spot, he's able to drop him for a loss of about 10. And now a timeout coming from the defensive side for the Packers. As the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime.
Lucky 56.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. This is caught. It's Cooks. Give him 30 yards there.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
Here's Mannion. It's caught left side by Cooks. And out of bounds right around the 20. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. On the counter, Gurley. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I'll bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs, and let's go get the first down.
And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. Brandon Cooks, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Rams add on to their lead.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them. Yeah,
they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. Zerline good with a PAT. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Returnable here for Davis. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. And now the Packers get set to go. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Play action here on first down. He's going to float this one deep right side. Looking for Perriman, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tramon Williams. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So now here are the Rams as their offense comes back out. And last time, 1 play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give him a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
A really nice gain of 25 yards. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Robert Woods, the intended receiver that time. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Let's face it, you can run the route tree as many times as you want, get in sync, practice it, do all those things. But once you get to game speed, it doesn't always time up quite that well. That one goes incomplete.
Now on 2nd down, this is Gurley. And Gurley fumbled it. Gurley fumbles the football. It's loose. And the Packers pick it up. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. LaMarcus Joyner with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Looking to establish the run game here. Gurley. And he gets this one all the way up to the 40-yard line. That burst good for 20 and a first down. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level, because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
All right, now, Lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And, boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, third quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot, but they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
319.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. A little too aggressive defensively, and the flag comes out.
And no one trying to cover is going to like a call going against them, but you have to like the effort there. Went for the interception, just unable to get it, and the flag did come out.
319. 319.
Rodgers now on 1st down. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. They'll run it now out of the gun. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. On the stop was Aaron Donald.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got just pin their ears back and get after him now.
And that is incomplete.
And we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as they'll go for it on 4th down. They do go for it. It's Rodgers. He's got his target. It's Cobb. Not often do 4th down conversions result in 23 yards, but that's the case here. 1st down.
And that's a big pickup of a 1st down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on 4th down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Rodgers to throw once more. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Mark Barron. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
A really good pickup of 28 yards. On the handoff, it's Gurley. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Detroit! Detroit!
Throwing is Mannion. And this is incomplete. He was looking for Todd Gurley. And it's 3rd down.
Certainly looked like maybe his 3rd or his 4th read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
The Rams on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 14. Back to throw here. Packer pressure, and down he goes.
I think you saw the same thing that I did there, partner. Remember, he's their backup quarterback, so the last thing they need is to lose another one right here on the sack. Looks like he's going to be okay, though.
Yeah, he looked like he was favoring something in the left leg. Appears to be fine now, but you're right. That O-line, they got to protect him. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
On 2nd down, here's Rodgers. Throwing the out route, incomplete. That's Graham. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. Michael Brockers with a great push up front. He picks up the sack and a loss of 8. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Now it's Rodgers. He'll leave it for Montgomery, complete. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And able to find Graham, complete. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. And they pick up 25 as they convert on 3rd. Rodgers now to throw. That's complete to Cobb. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when, and he told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown in. Frankly, that should have been another pick right there. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15. Rodgers will bring him up to the line, 1st and 10. And he's 5 for 6 now throwing the ball on this drive. Into the red zone, it's Rodgers. That's complete right around the 8. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
Let's go, come on.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Rodgers again now. He's got it. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Rodgers to Cobb, good for a Green Bay first.
Let's go, hey, let's go, come on.
Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Ty Montgomery, his first touchdown on the year. And the Packers get a score closer. It's up and good, and it's now 28-14. Crosby on now to kick it away. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Throw right side to Perriman, and it's caught. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. Brandon Cooks, the receiver he was going after. And now it's second down.
Even though that one was incomplete, you could see the training that went into that play. He gets out of the pocket, ends up moving to his right. All he's trying to do, though, extend the life of the play. Keep it alive, hoping someone would pop free.
Was able to take a pretty good shot with a deep ball, but incomplete. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Looking for Perriman there. He's got it. A good cover defensively as they get to him just beyond the 45 after the juke. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. The Rams on third down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
Now let's go! 3-19! The 3-19!
They'll try and pick up the first with Gurley. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
But sometimes, Brandon, it's just not a secret to how things get done. He's been running well all game long, and they continue to rely on him in this key situation.
They told us they were going to rely on him. They have. He comes through there, a big third down conversion. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. And it's Clinton Dix with a pick. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line. 2-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting out and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
Now Rodgers. This is Cobb with a catch right side. And now running right through it. And he's brought down. 16 yards to the 16 and a first down. At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool them and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. The 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves them with a 1st and goal. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far, they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. To throw, it's Rodgers. This will be caught at about the 5. He'll get only 2 there, and it's 2nd and goal.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Rodgers to throw on 2nd down. And he will bring it out past the 20-yard line. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it, but it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times. He's letting it fly for Cooks. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete. Despite the lead here in the 4th, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all, and to me it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead, or do you try and extend it because you always feel like the other team can come back?
Extend it. Have some fun. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave them with 3rd and still 7 yards to go.
Lucky 56. Set. 3-19.
Here's Mannion. That's caught out left by Perriman. And they're able to get this one across the 35. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a 1st down. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And that's caught left side. It's Woods. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football.
Let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90. All right, now, lucky 56.
That one looks like he'll throw here. They'll roll him out right. Right side complete. That's Woods. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. So on that play, defense was in the zone. They ran a crossing route offensively, but the defense there, you got to be good with communication, don't you?
You certainly do, and it's not something that is really evident when you watch it on the screen. But everyone's talking, communicating, pointing, and it keeps you from chasing receivers because you have a specific zone you have to cover. When a receiver's in your zone and he crosses to another one, you got to let your guy know. They got a completion there, but I like the discipline they showed to stay in their proper areas and then make the tackle.
He'll look to throw. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Kenny Clark with a great push up front. He picks up the sack and a loss of 8. And now they're looking for 19 yards here on 3rd down following 2 negative plays. Looking to throw. And he's going to go down again. And now a timeout coming from the defensive side for the Packers, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. Here's Johnny Hekker now. He's been terrific so far. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. What do you do here down like this in this situation? Do you maybe just pick something out of the playbook you haven't called in a while, or you call it a day?
You can do that, or you pick something that's a staple for you and should work better and try and execute that on the way out the door and maybe get back to base and feel a little bit better as you end a ball game that's been a frustrating one for you.
We'll see if they go back to base. And he'll be out of bounds up past the 45. A good pick up there, 26 yards. Throwing on first down is Rodgers. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe you can expect more passes like that downfield. And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this third and long play as we'll get a timeout. As he'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on third and long. Here's Rodgers. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by John Johnson, and his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for L.A., they close out this first half at a very solid 6-2. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the New Orleans Saints. Meanwhile, for the Packers, they dipped to 2-5 now with the loss. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to Foxborough to face off against the New England Patriots. So for our entire